Welcome to Soccer Night in Detroit. To quote the artist, muralist, and surrealist, the great Salvatore Dali, who, by the way, have a museum in Tampa Bay, Florida, the secrets of my influence have always been that it remains secret. Ooh. Yes, Detroit City on the road for another big game against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And after their 1-0 victory over Birmingham on Friday night, thanks to Brett Levi goal and rocking the cradle, and by the way, he's a new dad. Congratulations there. They're going to face on a big task of trying to beat Tampa Bay at home. A win here, overtake for the moment fourth place in the battle for the playoff and battle for home field. But dude, trying to beat Tampa Bay at Al Lang Stadium, not going to be easy. Since they entered the USLC Championship back in 2017, they have won almost over 60% of their home games at the former baseball home, spring training home of the New York Yankees. I wonder why. Oh yeah, they're the Devil Rays right now. So a win here or tie, big time must, considering the last two games we lost closely in 2022. 1-0, and we got murdered 5-1 last home go around. So this is a big game. Mad Cat, please dig inside about this big game that will be on live tonight at 7:30 on Detroit 50 CW. Yeah, they're going to be a CW affiliate in September.
Happy Wednesday and welcome to the, now first YouTube edition of Soccer Night in Detroit. Matt K here, getting you all set up for tonight's matchup between Detroit City and the Tampa Bay Rowdies down at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. Last time these two teams met was on July 6th at Keyworth Stadium, a game which happened to be refereed by one Mohammed Hassan. Mohammed Hassan gave Lejope a red card in the 59th minute of play. A lot of heated tension going on in the match itself. For Jope, that was his second yellow of the match. The first one coming earlier, and this one came off of a tackle that occurred in right around midfield, and Jope got a little bit testy in that one. But it seemed to put a fire in Detroit City's arsenal. Elvis Amo, after that, got a brilliant assist off of Devin Amu-Mensah in the 71st minute, put it in the back of the net. Detroit City was up by a score of 1-0. They would hold that lead up until stoppage time, where Nick Moon, off a rebound, put it in the back of the net. Final score, Detroit City 1 and Tampa Bay Rowdies 1. Let's look at the stats of that match. Going back to it, let's see here. Top stats of that match: 45% or 48% possession for Detroit City in that one. 52 for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was peppering the net quite a bit, and it resulted in the Moon goal late in the match. 5 on target for Tampa Bay. 4 big chances for them as well. And tail of the tape shows that Detroit City's total shots for the night was 5 on that match, and only 2 on target with 1 big chance, and of course the big chance being Amo's goal in the 71st minute. So, far cry from what we saw last week down in Birmingham, where Detroit City had 5 chances on net there, or 5 chances on target there. So, the shots in that game, going back to that, 10 were off target, 5 were on target for Tampa Bay out of those 21 shots. 2 were on target for Detroit City out of the 5 shots that they had in that match on July 6th at Keyworth Stadium. Head to head, the two clubs, Tampa Bay leads the overall series 3-1-1. City's only victory came at home in 2022 on September 17th at Keyworth Stadium. And Tampa Bay has had a history of beating up Detroit City at Al Lang Stadium, 3-0 in the history of that rivalry. In that rivalry itself, at well, let's see, included a 5-1 shellacking last year. Probably City's worst defeat up until they went to the second round of, or the round of 8, the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. Well, I was going to say, yeah, it was a round of 8. Yeah, it was a round of 8. The Eastern Conference semifinals against Louisville that year. So, or last year. Every other match in this has been either 1-0 or 1-0 going Detroit's way or 1-0 going Tampa's way. So, the history at Al Lang Stadium has not been great for Detroit City SC as of late. Let's look at the tail of the tape going into this matchup tonight. The Rowdies have scored 8 goals in their last 5 matches, but haven't scored in the last 2 matches. They're averaging 1.7 goals per match, and Detroit City, 15th in goals per match with 1.2, 20th in shots on target, have scored 3 goals in their last 5 matches themselves. So these are two squads that have been kind of lacking as far as the goal scoring goes. Also want to mention that Ben Morris has created the most big chances for Detroit City. He's been playing well as of late, and including the goal over in Las Vegas the week ago. Big contributor in last Friday's matchup down in Birmingham. Kind of ruts, and I mentioned about the after hours on Friday night. Great job he did against Birmingham Legion. It seems like he comes out well down in Birmingham. So we'll see what happens. But he's got the most shots on target for Detroit City per match at 1.1. So for all the Ben Morris haters out, or not the Ben Morris, Connor Rutz haters out there, he's contributing. So that's a good sign. So as far as getting the ball into the back of the net, that's another story. So, but at least he is contributing. So that is a good sign there for one Connor Rutz. Last 5 matches, let's take a look at those. As I mentioned, Tampa's been rough a little bit. They lost 2-0 to Loudoun United just this past Saturday night. And I mentioned they have scored 8 goals in their last 2 matches. They have been scoreless in their last couple matches themselves. So, in fact, in their last 5 matches, they've only scored a total of 8 goals. 8 goals in their last 5. So, 2 of those happened to be wins. One against a struggling Charleston Battery team. Now, people have been talking about that as far as the way Charleston's played in their last 5 games, just losing to Lou City by a score of 3-0 on Saturday night. One of the guys on USL All Access, Devin Carr, mentioned they seem to be reeling. Keep that in mind as we head to Patriots Point in a little bit ourselves. But losing the Phoenix, or drawing Phoenix Rising down in Phoenix, and of course losing at Al Lane. So they're going to be a little feisty tonight. And Detroit City's form, as you know, you had the win against Birmingham on Friday night. They have been unbeaten in their last 4 games, so that's a good sign. Maybe the tide is turning a little bit more for Detroit City SC. Maybe get back onto the winning stretch as we head into the final few games of the USL Championship season. So they ended their winless streak last Friday, as I mentioned, unbeaten in their last 4 matches. So a couple new guys to be entered into the fray today. Lawrence Casido, a midfielder, comes to Detroit City FC on loan. He has some USL championship experience, so it'll be interesting to see how he will be acclimated as far as his teammates are concerned. He is available for the selection into the lineup tonight. And also, Ryan Spalding returns to Tampa Bay on loan from New England Revolution. He played for the Revolution on loan last year, and now he returns back to Tampa Bay. Also available for selection tonight. Detroit City announced yesterday that they have a new assistant coach, Nick Dasovic, a former Canadian national team player, has joined the squad, replacing Yanni Nicholas, who found a job in Europe this year. So welcome, Nick, to the coaching staff of Detroit, the technical staff of Detroit City FC. So that's it, and that's all for the preview of this guy. Post-match analysis. We're gonna try again on YouTube. It might be a little bit late or whatever it is, but you'll find it on YouTube. You'll find it on TikTok, and you'll also find it on the Faithful for Detroit City page as well. And don't forget this Saturday, FC Tulsa, 7:00 kickoff at Keyword Stadium. Get your tickets, SeatGeek.com, Detroit City store over in Capitol Park, and of course, you can follow me and Soccer Night in Detroit on socials as well. So I have that at the end of this video. Until then, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the galaxy.